The night crackled with tension long before the first blow was struck. Storm clouds rolled low over the abandoned coastal metropolis, their reflections shivering across shattered glass and steel. In this place where time itself felt fractured, three forces converged, each carrying legends, rivalries, and unbreakable will. Doom, armored and calculating, stood like a living fortress of intellect and power. Beside him was Ronaldo, the embodiment of speed, discipline, and relentless ambition, every movement charged with precision honed through countless battles on and off the world's grandest stages. Across the broken plaza, leaning casually against a collapsed pillar with a blade resting on his shoulder, was Dante, smiling, confident, and deadly, a warrior who thrived on chaos and impossible odds. This was not a clash born of chance. The world had tilted toward collapse, and at its center lay an artifact capable of rewriting balance itself. Doom sought it for control and order, believing only supreme authority could save reality from itself. Ronaldo sought it for protection, loyalty driving him to ensure the world he knew would not burn. Dante, ever the wild card, wanted it out of anyone's hands who would abuse its power, even if that meant standing alone against titans. Their paths crossed in a storm of purpose, and retreat was no longer an option. The first move came without warning. Dante vanished in a blur, reappearing midair with twin pistols roaring, bullets tracing arcs of fire. Doom raised a gauntlet, energy shields blooming like blue steel flowers, absorbing the impact with a hum that shook the ground. Ronaldo moved instantly, sprinting across the plaza with supernatural acceleration, his footwork turning rubble into stepping stones. Speed was his weapon, rhythm his shield. He closed the distance, forcing Dante to pivot, grin widening as the challenge escalated. Steel met force as Dante's blade clashed with Doom's armored fist, sparks exploding like fireworks. Doom fought with cold efficiency, every strike measured, every defense layered with contingency. He analyzed Dante in real time, calculating angles, predicting feints, adapting with frightening speed. Dante laughed through the pressure, spinning away, flipping backward, firing mid-rotation with impossible grace. This was his arena, movement, momentum, and madness blended into lethal art. Ronaldo struck like lightning. A sudden change of direction, a burst of acceleration, and he was behind Dante, delivering a devastating blow that sent shockwaves through the cracked concrete. Dante skidded, boots carving lines into the stone, but he didn't fall. He twisted, using the momentum to spring upward, blade flashing as he countered. Ronaldo barely avoided the strike, the edge slicing air where his shoulder had been a heartbeat before. Precision saved him, instinct carried him forward. The fight spilled through the city, weaving between toppled towers and flickering neon signs. Doom advanced methodically, reshaping the battlefield with controlled blasts, collapsing structures to limit Dante's mobility. Ronaldo adapted on the fly, turning obstacles into opportunities, using walls, debris, and elevation to maintain pressure. Dante responded with improvisation, bouncing off surfaces, using shadows and verticality, never staying still long enough to be trapped. What made the clash truly dangerous was not just power, but ideology. Doom believed loyalty was enforced through strength, that unity came from dominance. Ronaldo believed loyalty was earned, built on trust and shared sacrifice. Dante believed loyalty meant protecting freedom at all costs, even if it meant standing against the world. Each strike carried these convictions, colliding as fiercely as their weapons. At the heart of the city, the artifact awakened. Light poured from its core, warping gravity, bending sound, distorting reality itself. The ground trembled as if the planet were drawing breath. Doom turned toward it, armor flaring as he prepared to claim his prize. Ronaldo hesitated for only a fraction of a second, then moved, not toward the artifact, but toward Dante. In that moment, choice defined everything. Dante noticed. For the first time, his smile faded, replaced by something like respect. They fought back to back as the city convulsed, Doom unleashing wave after wave of energy to break through. The air became a storm of fire, steel, and motion. Ronaldo's speed created openings, his timing flawless, intercepting attacks meant for Dante. Dante repaid the trust, his blade and bullets carving paths through Doom's defenses, forcing the armored tyrant to adapt faster than ever before. Doom's voice boomed across the chaos, cold and furious. He spoke of inevitability, of order forged through control, of worlds saved by iron rule. Ronaldo answered not with words, but with action, pushing beyond his limits, drawing on every ounce of discipline and heart. Dante laughed again, defiant, shouting that the world was worth saving precisely because it was free. The artifact destabilized further, energy surging in violent pulses. Reality tore at the edges, fragments of other places bleeding through. Doom realized too late that controlling it alone was impossible. He redirected power, attempting to overload the field and take everyone with him if victory was denied. The city screamed as structures collapsed, the sky fracturing into impossible colors. In the final moments, loyalty became the decisive force. Ronaldo sprinted straight into the storm, planting himself between Doom and the artifact, absorbing the backlash with sheer will. Dante followed, plunging his blade into the core, channeling the excess energy outward. Doom fought to maintain control, armor cracking under the strain, calculations spiraling into chaos. For the first time, he was forced to confront something he could not dominate. The explosion that followed was blinding, a silent shockwave that flattened the ruins and hurled the combatants apart. When the light faded, the artifact was gone, destroyed, its power dispersed beyond reach. Doom lay embedded in the wreckage, systems failing, forced to retreat through a portal that snapped shut behind him. Defeat did not end him, but it humbled him, planting a seed of uncertainty even his iron will could not erase. Ronaldo knelt amid the rubble, breathing hard, every muscle burning, but alive. Dante landed nearby, sheathing his blade, giving a short nod that said more than words ever could. There was no grand speech, no celebration. Just mutual understanding forged in fire and speed, strategy and trust. As dawn crept over the broken city, light painting the ruins gold, the world felt different. Not saved by control, nor abandoned to chaos, but protected by choice. Doom would return one day, stronger and more determined. Dante would keep wandering, drawn to the next impossible fight. Ronaldo would move forward, carrying the lesson that true power was not domination, but the courage to stand with others when it mattered most. In the end, the showdown was not just a battle of strength or skill, but of loyalty itself. Speed without purpose would have failed. Strategy without heart would have collapsed. Freedom without sacrifice would have shattered. Together, in a moment that would echo through legends, they proved that even in a world on the brink, unity chosen freely could overcome any force that sought to rule it.